Hello, everybody. Sweet green tea. Ahem. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jeff the Unlicensed Therapist. Hope you're having an amazing evening. Hope you had a great weekend. We're back at it. Monday doesn't feel like a Monday. You know what it is? I've got my son with me. His mom's away, my ex, and so he's with me for like 10 days. It's cool. I like it. We had a great day yesterday. Usually have to return him to his mom at like 12 on Sundays, but I got to keep him the whole time. So we had a nice bike ride. We went, we just had a nice time. It's fun. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Living the daddy bliss, if you will. All right, folks, let's get started. If you've got a comment, if you've got a question, you can throw it in the chat. If not, we're going to go to Am I the Asshole there over on Reddit and see what's going on in Reddit land. There's a lot of problems with people on Reddit. I'll tell you that right now. Here's one right now. Okay, let me click this. TW abuse, animal abuse. All right, well, we'll gloss over it if it gets too aggressive. Not a big fan of animal abuse. Yeah. Let's see what it says. Well, I mean, Reddit didn't take it down yet. So to be clear, I did not say this in front of the child. So that's the opening. TW abuse. All right. I took this past weekend off to host my mother-in-law's birthday party. Mother-in-law lives with us. Okay. Really? You took a whole weekend off to host her birthday? What do you usually do on the weekends? You work on the weekends? I love my in-laws. They are generally, disclaimer, great people. But my sister-in-law has taken the gentle parenting approach. Basically, her kids are just demon spawn because no parenting is being done. They're feral. They're just running around rampant. And the sister thinks she's like a good parent when she's the absolute worst kind. Right? Am I right? Probably am. Anyway, she's taking the gentle approach, which to her means that she will never discipline her child. Oh my God, these children are doomed. They're just doomed. So is everybody around them. Oh, and the thing that drives me crazy is the people who do this they put themselves on such a pedestal. Oh, I would never discipline my child. Really? Your child's going to be a burden on society and themselves. Oh my God, children need discipline. They're children. That's what, don't even get me started. All right, I'm already on your side. You're not the asshole. I'll tell you that right now. His idea of fun is sneaking up behind people and screaming as loud as he can into their ear. Oh my God. This is what I would do. I'm just telling you right now. I do my own little discipline with this kid. I keep a bucket of water handy. And anytime you see him scream into someone's ear, I would pour the bucket of water over his head and just let him scream and yell and rant and rave. And then I would refill the bucket and wait for a little shit stain to mess with somebody else. And then bucket to the head. and if the sister don't like it, she could take him and leave. Anyway, that's my idea of parenting. Take for what it's worth. I think it would work, honestly. Hey, relaxing. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. All right, so here we go. Let's see what else we got here. So his idea of fun is sneaking up behind people and screaming as loud as he can in their ear. I still can't hear properly out of my right ear. Oh my God, that's so horrible. I might have permanent damage. He walked away laughing. Another thing he did was dump a ridiculous amount of salt into the mashed potatoes we were making while no one was looking, rendering them inedible. He thought it was hilarious. How old's this kid again? He's just a disaster. He also took a pocket knife. Oh, great. He's going to torture animals now. And carved his name into our game room, $900 TV, completely ruined. He laughed his ass off. Oh, this is crazy, this kid. I would just tell his sister, you're no longer welcome here at our house until you start actually disciplining your child. Or leave your child at a daycare facility or something. Let them do it. He's not welcome. He's not welcome. All right. So your mother-in-law is the sweetest, kindest, generally the best person. So I kept my calm. I'm telling you, I would have poured water on his head, and I would have made sure he didn't have his knife anymore though when I did it. And then let them stay for the party. I didn't want to ruin her party. That was very nice of you. I love that woman. So you sucked it up for a day for your mother-in-law. You're solid human. After all was said and done and everyone went home, I sent a private message to my sister-in-law. Yeah, she needs to never come back to your home again. Keep her out. I let her know that while I don't agree with her parenting style, she's free to raise her kids as she sees fit, but I will not allow them in my house ever again. Boom. Bravo. Bravo. That's exactly right. Someone's got to do some parenting to her, unless she starts teaching them how to behave in human society. You know what? I love this. This is terrific. She's calling me all sorts of names. Let her. And telling me that I'm causing drama in the family over nothing. Who cares? Everyone knows you're right. They've all probably had their ears screamed into too. They all have mild hearing damage probably as well. Mind you, I didn't say this in the family group chat. I sent it as a DM. I don't understand how that can be considered drama. I just cannot deal with that feral child anymore. Am I the asshole? No. He says, I know he's just a kid, but I've raised 13 kids and you've raised 13 kids? Damn. Yeah. You know how to raise a kid. 13 deep. Whew. Dang. There's your retirement plan right there. Whew. Wow. 13 kids. That's a lot of kids, man. that's a whole heapful. That's a heapful of kids. Dang it. Wow. All right. Yeah, no, you're not the asshole in any way, shape, or form. No way. No way, Jose. Would I be the asshole to end my engagement because my fiance's eating habits are triggering my eating disorder recovery? Oh, this is interesting. I thought it was going to be the noise, like he's just a loud eater. I knew this girl. I was doing some stand up with her, and she has this thing. Let's look it up because why not? Okay. What is the psychiatric condition where you hate loud chewing? I mean, I think people doing it's not even a condition. Loud chewing. Let's stick with chewing. Here we go. It's a misophobia. The condition is called misophonia. I added the bia because I feel like everything should be a bia. Misophonia. It causes intense emotional or physiological responses like anger, panic, flight or flight reactions to everyday sounds. While chewing is the most common trigger, other sounds include breathing, lip smacking, and pen clicking. How would you like that one? Ugh, that would be that's a rough ride right there, huh? All right, let's see if you've got misophonia. My fiance and I have been together for 4 years, and I honestly don't know what to do anymore. I've had severe anorexia for almost 10 years. Was he calling you fat or something? I nearly died from it and recovered. And recovery has been one of the hardest things I've ever done. Okay. Even now, I have to be careful because I know how quickly things can come back. Yeah, you gotta be really careful with that. Over the last few months, my fiance has become really obsessive with food. He weighs everything he eats, counts every calorie, measures his. So your fiance, is he a dude? Or are you marrying some other chick? Usually, I don't know. I feel like it's not usually a guy disease. I mean, anorexia is generally speaking, predominantly a female disease that I'm aware of. Let's do that one. How many males? What is the male to female ratio of anorexics? What is the male to female ratio for anorexics? I bet you super 10 to 1. 10 to 1. And I bet you the one is like has pronouns. I'm just saying. I'm not wrong. I was pretty yeah. There you go. Clinical population reflects a 10 to 1 female to male ratio. I think it's higher. Anyway, so over the last few months, my fiance has really become obsessive with food. So he's a dude. Weighs everything he eats. Okay. Porridge almost every day, works about an hour most days, constantly says he's fat. He's 5'11". Yeah, you got to lose this dude. I'll tell you right now, because he's going to suck you down with him. And I think he went with you because some part of him liked the anorexic lifestyle. Anorexia is generally because of a lack of control. You feel like your life is out of control. What can you control? You can control your weight. You can have absolute control over your weight, and you can meet your goals by going to these crazy extremes, but you feel like you are in control. So he's someone who feels out of control. This is what you need to do. You need to get him in to see somebody before he drags you in with you and with him. And if you won't, you need to, that's it. Get out. Yeah. Don't dick around with this or you're going right back where you started. I guarantee it. I'm not trying to diagnose him. you can diagnose them because I know I can't. You can. But it's so similar to how I was when I was at my worst, and it's becoming unbearable to watch. So you know what it is. You've already diagnosed it. Stop playing games. Every time I bring it up, he gets defensive. He tells me to stop. He says he's just making sure he's eating enough, or says he'll stop weighing everything, but he never does. You need to get him help or get out. That's my advice to you. He completely shuts down the conversations, refuses to talk about it. The hardest part is what it's doing to me. I've started not wanting to eat. This is what I'm saying. It's like an alcoholic, ex-alcoholic, someone in Alcoholics Anonymous living with an alcoholic. Doesn't do well. It's like having your buddy, your Alcoholic Anonymous buddy, be a barfly. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The hardest part is what's doing to me. So you're picking up your old habits again. It's generally scaring me because I know how dangerous these thoughts can be, have been for me before. I love him so much. I never imagined I'd ever even think of this, but I'm starting to wonder if I need to leave to protect my own recovery. I'd say yes, you do. He's all in on this thing. I feel awful for even thinking, don't, because he's struggling. I don't want to abandon him. You're not. You're going to say, listen, I'll help you, but I can't be in this situation. I have to leave. If you want to get help, I'll come back. If you don't, if this is more important to you than me, let's call it a day. Has anyone else been through anything like this? I doubt it. With a 10-to-1, ratio. Is it wrong to end a relationship because your partner's behavior is triggering your own eating disorder recovery, even if they're struggling themselves? No, you're fine. Get out. Get out. Yeah. Well, first try and get him help, and then if he won't take it, get out. That's my advice to you. Exactly. There you go. Good times. All right, let's keep rocking along. What else? What we got? All right. Am I the asshole for giving my manager a negative opinion about a former coworker who is applying for the job? No, because you don't want to. If they're a douche, if they're lazy, if they got a lot of drama, what do you want them in your workplace for? What do you want them in your work environment for? Why would you volunteer? No, you're not. You're protecting the company, and more importantly, yourself. Obviously, you don't like them. A former coworker applied for an opening on my team, and my manager asked me what he was like since we'd worked together for a while at a different company. I told her my experience with him wasn't good. He regularly did the bare minimum, avoided work, and often end up picking. You often had to pick up the slack. You don't want to go back to that world. I got so bad that another coworker and I complained to the manager at the time. He would browse memes on his work PC, disappear for 2-hour coffee breaks, and sometimes I wouldn't even know where he was at all. Yeah, you're not the asshole. You're saving your company money. You're saving yourself a headache. This guy is no good. When I took PTO and came back to the testing facilities, which he was supposed to keep clean and restocked, the place was an absolute mess. So you had to do everything. Nothing been restocked. And we actually had to pause work because we had run out of regions. Let's pretend we don't know what you're talking about for testing. He had used them all up. I guess I thought a magic fairy would teleport more into the lab. All in all, he's a nightmare coworker. Yeah, you're not an asshole. Why would you even consider? You'd be an asshole if you didn't say something. I also made it clear to my current manager that I hadn't worked with him in years. Yeah, I was still I wouldn't, regardless of the time differential. The people change, and that he may have a far better work ethic now. I doubt it. But you were honest. Now I'm wondering if I'm an asshole. No, you're not. I may have indirectly hurt his chances of getting the jobs. No, you directly hurt his chances of getting the job. So own it. It's good though. It's a good thing. Indirectly, just throw him under the bus. Rightfully so. You drove the bus also. But he's still the same. I don't want to end up working with him again. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. You are a quite logical person, not wanting to deal with a colossal douchebag. And I would say, 9 out of 10 chance he still is. I'll say 9.5. Am I the asshole for telling my young husband that's why you're single? Depends when you say it. And that's not a great way to say it. That's why you're single. It's just like, bang, kick them when they're down kind of thing. Let's see. Yesterday I went to the beach. Good for you. With my aunt and one of my cousins. I'm the youngest of the group at 37. Today is my birthday. Nice. And we're celebrating early by going out to the beach. Okay, cool. Drinking was involved, which is likely why it blew up like it did. Okay, so everyone's drunk at the beach. We'd been at the beach for a few hours. By this point, that we were debating, okay, extending our parking for a bit more time. My cousin, oh, here we go with it. Just Matthew. Don't stop with the initials. It makes me nuts. My cousin Matthew starts loudly trying to get me to turn around and look at a woman walking by. Now you're drunk and he's drunk, right? He's saying some pretty vulgar stuff like, "You just know she likes it dirty and in the butt." Jesus. In other random gross comments. He was saying it loud enough so you could hear. So I looked at him and I said, "This is why you're single." No, I think that's an accurate assessment. He's throwing the slop around. He's got to expect something back. He kind of laughed and said something to me in an attempt to clap back, but then said, "That's a hurtful thing to say, right? Someone's got to say it." I told him that I wasn't really concerned with hurt feelings after that gross shit he said while he was basically catcalling a woman walking by. And it's a terrible catcall. Have some creativity. The art of catcalling seems like it's dead. The results, both of us shouting, two drunks yelling at each other at a beach. After dropping him off in his apartment, my aunt, his mother, said, "I don't need to be mean to him. Someone needs to." But if you're standing around, no, you're not the asshole. If he's gonna sit around, it makes you look bad. It starts fights. It's completely unnecessary. It comes out of a sense of low self-esteem. There's a lot of issues here. None of them are good. So no, you're not the asshole. So far, no one's been an asshole tonight. Well, this could be a new record. Might just be a new record. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay half the bills? I don't know. Let's see about the. Oh, look at this. This one, I don't know. This one's a little on the long side. Yeah. Do I want to do this whole one? I don't think I do. Let me just do the first paragraph. See if it wets my whistle. A 26 female lived with my fiance. Oh, okay. Well, that's the plot thickens. I thought you were just roommates. All right. So you lived with them 25, a little over 2 years. We have a 2-year-old son as well. You might want to consider getting married at some point, but maybe not considering how things are right now. We got a really good deal on this house, which we now know why it was so cheap. $60K for a house? Oh, it's a double wide. Okay. With 4 bedrooms. Okay. Double wide. I get it. Our mortgage is $900 a month. Light bill, usually around $300. Super hot or super cold. If we can get, it can get up to $600. Okay. All right. Water bill averages $50. Well, I don't need all this stuff. I've been a single at home mom since we had our son. Daycare prices are high, so you got a lot of overhead. Honestly, we'll be paying. Yeah, all right. So, okay, let's just keep going. In May, I began my freelance on. Right, you got a lot of bills. Let me summarize that. Freelance work, $17 an hour, 300. It's just too much math in this one. On average, let's cut to the chase. We're like almost to the end, and you still haven't brought about what this whole thing's about. So here it is. Here's where we get to finally what this is about 3/4 down the page. Here we are. I recently bought a Bissell vacuum mop because my vacuum shit the bed on me. I hate mopping, so I just bought something that will do both. I was really excited about it. My fiance got mad saying, "If you have money to buy a brand new vacuum, then you should be paying half the bills like you said you do," which I never said I would do. Well, you don't have any real income, right? All right, now this, I would look at this as a blessing in disguise. Although you do have a kid together. But obviously this guy may not be husband material. I mean, you guys should go to a couples counselor immediately. You guys, this is just the beginning of the end right here. If you don't, I would say, if you're arguing over a Bissell vacuum cleaner. I always buy stuff for my fiance when I go to the thrift store. See, and you're shopping at the thrift store, for F's sakes. And the only situation where I buy something semi-expensive is when it has to do, you're cleaning. It's not like you bought like a Chanel bag. You bought something to clean the friggin' house with, to clean a bathroom after all his weed spills on the floor. I assume he smokes pot. I can't tell if I'm being an asshole. You're not. You just wanted a vacuum cleaner to vacuum with. That's not like, I could see him getting mad if you bought like a Chanel bag or you went to on a spa day. And I get it, sometimes you need it, but but that stuff's like, oh, like really, I'm busting my ass over here, and you're with your Birkin bag and getting your nails did and a massage, you know. But if you bought a vacuum, and a Bissell's not a bad vacuum, like what the hell, bro? Cut her some fucking slack. Jeez, man, what a dick. What a dick. Hey, friendly Senate, good to see you. Yeah, there you go. How old is the cousin? Yeah, I think. Well, that's true, right? That's true, and I didn't know that till recently. That the brain doesn't even completely develop until you're 25. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you are not the asshole. You're just trying to, you just want a clean house. Oh my god, this is hysterical. You would I be the asshole if I didn't watch my boyfriend build a lightsaber? Look, there's no way you got together with this guy and didn't know what you were getting into. There's no way there's not Star Wars posters all over the room, figurines still in the plastic, still in the boxes, um, you know, building lightsabers, doing cosplay. You're 24, 25 in a couple of days. I went to Disney World. You guys are all in. This week with my boyfriend, 29, and my mom, 56. I bet she paid for both of you. And my brother and his girlfriend, who are unrelated to this post. Well, okay, well, thanks for including them. Hey, this is a shout out to them. The whole point of the trip is that we were going for my birthday. I had an infatuation with a certain European country since I was little. And my mom always said, I will be there with you. So she's taking you to Epcot Center where they have all the little countries and all the little places. Yeah, I gotcha. So she took you to Epcot. Exactly. Okay. My boyfriend made himself an appointment to do the make your own lightsaber thing in Hollywood Studios on Saturday night. I'm not mad he's doing it. I'm happy for him. Good. Yeah, he sounds like it's his thing. All right. I'm happy for him too. The issue lies in that we only got 3 days in the parks. 3 days, 4 parks. Epcot is like going to be the most. Yeah, Epcot's an all-day thing. It's not all the day. It could be on Friday for my birthday. My boyfriend wants to do Hollywood Studios on Saturday since he has an appointment that night. Sunday we're doing Magic Kingdom. Okay. Keep in mind the trip's for my birthday. Yeah, but let him. He's a fanboy. Let him build his lightsaber. You shouldn't have to go though. Now my mom is kind of emotionally needy, so you got an emotionally needy mom, and I'll be honest, I think you have an emotionally needy boyfriend. Also. Usually a girl marries or goes after a guy like her father. I think you went after a guy like your mom. So she's emotionally needy and attached to me at the hip. She decided that she wants to do to just me and her time while my boyfriend's making his lightsaber. Yeah, why would you both want to sit around while he makes a lightsaber? That's just lame. However, I know this will upset my boyfriend because he enjoys having me stand there bored watching him do things, I guess. See, him and his mom, they're cut from the same cloth. You married your mother, or your boyfriend is your mother. And he gets very bent out of shape when I don't, especially because of my mom being needy. So is he. I still hear the card tournament I didn't get to watch for 10 hours. All right, there you go. But I realized that today I can work this Disney World situation in my favor. All right, let's hear this. The little only thing I want to do, and it is your birthday, is the Animal Kingdom in the Animal Kingdom Safari. We have a hopper pass. Good for you. So we can go to the morning Hollywood Studios. Then my mom and you can go to the Animal Kingdom and then the Safari. Blah 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 blah. You're not into Star Wars, okay? He's in Star Wars. Make his lightsaber. However, I know he's going to be upset because he wanted me to watch. You know what? He's a grown ass man. And listen, if you want to do cosplay and listen, I love Star Wars. I have like multiple Star Wars shirts. I wear my Star Wars shirt once a week. But my fiance, I would never ask her to watch me make a lightsaber unless you wanted to watch me, which you wouldn't. It's just stupid. That's my thing. It's not her thing. You don't even like Star Wars. You're not the asshole. Your boyfriend needs to grow up. And not because he's building a lightsaber, but because he's so needy that he needs you to watch him do it. All right. So would I be the asshole if I went to do the safari I wanted instead of watching my boyfriend build a lightsaber? No. In fact, I highly recommend it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Dude, trust your instinct on this one, your freaking boyfriend. I mean, again, I got no problem with that. I love Star Wars. But at the same time, come on. Fucking shit ain't right. It's just not right. Hey, Evereden, how are you? Good to see you. If it's not Coker, yeah. Now it's Star Wars. Yeah, Disneyland's so expensive. It's crazy. You know, I ran a half marathon at Disneyland once, and it was great. It was a Star Wars marathon. It was very expensive. I joined Team Muscle Makers, which was I think help fight muscular dystrophy, and that was the only way I could run it because otherwise it was all sold out. But it was great. That was really cool, and I think that's the last time I've been because you also, in addition to running the half marathon, you got a park pass, which was cool. So I got to use that too. I was stoked. Kind of as stoked as I am for Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this real quick. Let me make sure everything's up and running. 5-5, right? Yeah, let him build it himself. Yeah, let him do it a couple times. Exactly. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your money. Sorry, motorcycle came by right at that moment. Let's try it again. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your money. After the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you've ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today, everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and it makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stable coins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like me directly. So do this now, scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning something. That is Rumble Wallet. You'll love it. I love it. Let's do it. Well, let me check this thing real quick. I hit the wrong button. What else is new? What else is new? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. And let me close out of the ad. So yeah, get some Rumble. Get your Rumble Wallet today. Stop messing around. Thank you, Rumble. God bless you. All right. Yeah. Like I have a buddy, and he's a great guy. He is a great guy. He puts me in his movies, and he does good movies. Him and another buddy. I mean, just stand up dudes, fun guys. I go to the hockey game with him when I can, and I was a zombie in his movie last year. And he is a full on cosplaying Star Wars being dude. But here's the thing. So is his wife. So it works. You know what I mean? That's different. If you're both playing on the same team, it's great. And it's cool. They're doing, like, for his wedding, they were, fighting, and it was cool because everybody was into it. But if just one person's into it, then let you be into it by yourself. But yeah, like I embrace anything that do what. I did it again, folks. I hit, I just hit the wrong button sometimes because I'm sharing it, and then I see like the words, and then I hit, I go backwards, and then it's all a fucking disaster. But all right, we're back. Let me just share it. Yeah. Why do I? I need help. I need a producer. I need a handler. I need something. I need somebody. Yeah, I know. Friendly. I like. It's so frustrating, but at least now I'm pretty good because it happens so much. I'm pretty good at, like, just hopping back on, and I'm still using the old Rumble software because the new stuff is tough on me. I don't know. I have issues with it. I am going to try it again, but it was just a little buggy, I think, when I was using it a month ago, and so I'm just kind of on the legacy software. All right, this guy says, "Am I the asshole for not wanting kids?" No. If you don't want kids, don't have kids. Why would you? You'd probably be a shitty parent if you don't want kids. It's not like that thing where they're like, "Hey, why do you want me to rule because you don't want it?" It's like, "Why do you want me to be a father? Because you don't want to be." No, if you don't want to be a dad, don't be a dad. Trust your instincts. If you want to be a dad, be a dad. The best dads are dads who want to be dads, or moms who want to be moms. You know, The rest of them, you wind up like that sister-in-law from the earlier story, where your kid's just running around all feral, fucking up everybody's lives and their hearing. Right? Right. All right. So I'd say you're not the asshole. But if you shit on people who have kids, then you are. I'm 22, male. This girl, 24, female. And I've been talking and going on dates for a few months. But now I feel like I'm possibly an asshole here. Oh, you're lying to her about kids, about wanting kids. That's my guess. There's this girl I've been talking to back and forth, and we've honestly hit it off great. We met on a dating app, and on her profile, it has like a has kids, doesn't have kids option. Okay. All right. That's confusing already. Hers says she doesn't have any. Nowhere does it say she has kids, and she's never mentioned she has them. Or she didn't tell you she had kids. Well, on our last date, which would be date 5, she dropped that she has a kid. Well, okay, this just dating app 101, bro. People lie. They want to hook you, so they don't want you to know about their baggage. Like if she's on the site, like, hey, I got a kid, and it's just pictures of her and a little kid. How many would you have clicked on it? Probably not. So that shit's gonna happen. And it's a young one too. I see. She dropped a kid, was a very young one, like a 2-year-old kid. She mentioned us dating and like romanticize it. She gets up, goes to work. She works a morning shift, 5 to 3, and I watch the kid. Then I go to work 4 to 12. It sounds awful. It's like a factory shift, and it'd be perfect. It's just too much, I think, for you at this early in the stage to be, her. I don't know, her coworker. I don't know if you guys wouldn't even see each other, basically. She's basically just wrangling you to kind of, watch the kid while she works. It sounds like save some money on a sitter. But I'd feel bad. I haven't given her an answer because I don't want that. I'm still too young. I would avoid this. I think it just sounds like a bad idea. And I feel like unless you really love her. If you really love her, do it. But this just seems like she's just looking for somebody to pull a shift for. But I do really like her. We hit it off great. Chemistry is there, everything. But I feel bad. I want to turn her down because of this. Not saying single moms don't deserve love. Just right now. Okay. So yeah, punctuation is terrible, bro. Also, we aren't officially dating yet. Just a series of dates. It's too early for you to be all in. Like she just jumped all the middle. You're on 5 dates. She's like, okay, move in with me. Get a job from this time to this time and watch my kid when I'm at work. No. Edit 2, realize a huge thing I forgot to mention was I do online courses for college. Online for the fact that person made too strict of time. If you do online college courses, you ought to be able to write better than you do. This is really like a child wrote this. Nothing personal, but yeah, I guess it is kind of personal. My advice to you is unless you love this girl, love her, I would just be very polite and nice and say, I'm not ready for this type of a commitment on date 5. Maybe date 6. I will go all in, move in with you, and start, fathering your child. Ron, I agree with you, friendly. Here's the thing. I had this situation. So I was on a dating app, and I met this lady. She was very nice, and but she told me on the phone that, oh, by the way, I have a 1-year-old daughter. I think she had. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Because we're just, it's just dating. She was cool. Well, yeah, that's fine. So like, we were just kind of hanging out a little bit. And they didn't really go anywhere. I met my fiance. And so that took over. And I was like, okay, well, I see you later. But yeah, it was weird. Like if she had asked me all of a sudden, like, hey, but that was weird. I don't think it would have worked out in the long term because, like, I don't know, like, I don't think I would have wanted to be a father, basically be a father all over again, But she was cool. She was nice. But yeah, I think we went out 2 or 3 times. So maybe twice less than this guy. But she never pulled a, hey, move in with me and you're going to work this shift. I'm going to work that shift, Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think it might be pure blood. Some of the stuff I think may be troll bait, but it honestly, it doesn't ring like it's that far fetched. I feel like this could be happening. Yeah, be honest. Be honest. That's all. Now I understand you're not probably going to be when I was on the dating apps, I just assumed everybody was lying, pretty much, which is why I would always talk to the person first on the phone, make sure they weren't some psycho or, and then they would do the same. And then I'd meet them for coffee. Again, just make sure they're not a psycho. And then if that was good, then yeah, we go someplace else and continue on our merry way. But yeah, I'm always checking like, are you okay? You know, is this going to be all right? Yeah, it's true. It's true. After 30, that's a good point. My fiance has two sons. They're both great kids. And now geez, technically both adults. One's 18, one's 20. Ortsy actually does the music I do at the front of the show. He's the 20-year-old. RG is a film major, and he's really terrific. And then I've got my boy Reese, who's just amazing, and who's in a show now, and he's just he's the light of my life, man. See, I'm a guy who wanted to be a dad. I knew I wanted to be a dad, and I'm grateful to God that He let me be a dad, and He gave me such an amazing son. You know, you get choked up just even thinking about it. I'm a blessed man. I am a blessed man. All right, let's keep going before I get all salty. Yeah, you're not the asshole. I would run. I think you're right on that one. The lightsaber guy. Ay, ay, ay. Am I the asshole for leaving my ex-girlfriend to pay rent she can't afford? For leaving my ex-girlfriend to pay rent she can't afford? Probably. That's a very aggressive move. Did she cheat on you? Maybe that was the case. My ex, 22 female, and I, 25 male, broke up in April. I let her take over the lease of my old place. I guess. I mean, if you didn't want it anymore, you're like, here you go. And I left July 1st to get my own place once again. All right, so you guys were living together then. You broke up end of April, May, June. So you were together while you were broken up, which is a little odd, but I get it. In this day and age, you can't just move sometimes. I let her take over the lease of my old place, and I left in July 1st to get my own place again. The moment we broke up and I mentioned separate living arrangements, she was very adamant on taking over the lease. She didn't want to pay a new deposit. Okay. She probably has shitty credit. That's my guess. Like she has either no job, shitty credit, or both. And so she knows if she can't take over the lease, she will have to go through the process of being approved by the apartment manager. And then they check your job and they check your income, make sure you can pay. She doesn't want any of that. Check your credit score. She doesn't want any of that. She just wants to sign on the lease. And here she is not paying it. It's not that surprising, is it? Anyway, but that's why she did that. That'd be my guess. All right, so she didn't want to, and she want to put a new deposit in place, and she has all her stuff here and whatnot. But I still think it's my reason is the reason why. It would have been a lot to move. I made it clear it's not smart for her to stay, as the rent price is about 65% of her income. Yeah, and after doing the math, she needs a roommate. She needs a new you. It would be very tight on her end, and she'd have like 200 a month left over at best. For me, it's about 35% of mine. I make well over 1K a month left, and with 1K a month on. Yeah, I think the issue is she can't on her own get a place. She'd need a co-signer. She just doesn't make enough money for any building unless it's just in, like the ghetto or something, for anyone to take her. So even though this is a bad situation, it's the best situation she can get, and maybe she's hoping she can ride it out for a couple months while she waits for that, dream job to kick in, or some new person to help her. I told her I'd gladly help find her a cheaper place like a basement or studio. That was nice of you, which would be around 30 to 45% of her income, but she refused. Okay, this is on her now. If you offered to help get her a place she can actually afford, and I assume you probably have to co-sign, and she refuses, then the fact that she can't pay the rent rests solely at her feet. She claims the studio is too small for her stuff and cat, and she refuses to live under a household and be controlled and whatnot. Well, then I guess she's SOL. You don't owe her a damn thing. She also said she didn't want any roommate situation because she'd had bad experience in the past. She doesn't have the ability to make these decisions based on her financial situation. She doesn't. She's making decisions that are not based in any way in reality at all. Oh, yeah. Okay. So she, in the past, she can't go back home because her family lives 3 hours from the city, middle of nowhere. Guess where she's moving to? She's going to move back home. She got no place else to go. Well, she has the place, and after making the first rent payment, she's already complaining that she'll most likely be living paycheck to paycheck. Well, it's on her. You told her. And she's basically mad because apparently we should have just stayed living together. That would have been horrible. And tried reconciling the relationship. No, she just wants you to pay the rent. Obviously, this is fully her fault for choosing the more expensive option, right? I'd love to know why you guys broke up. I tried to help her and warn her, but she didn't listen. Added, just to be clear, my name is no longer on the lease. Good, because she'll fuck your credit up to that unit. I have my own unit now. She was approved. Okay, so she was approved. They made a mistake there for a lease takeover starting July 1st. So the place is 100% her responsibility now. You were not an asshole. You made the right decision, and it's good you broke up. How about that? You should have stayed until the lease was up. That's the responsible thing to do. Yeah, but if they agreed to it, I mean, yeah. If I think if it was like a pure roommate situation, maybe, or if you could find another roommate to replace you, but because they were dating and then they broke up, that's a weird situation to be in with your ex significant other, as in a roommate situation. I mean, you could maybe make it work, but yeah, yeah, you're right, pure blood. You're not wrong. I think you're spot on. Am I the asshole for shouting at an irresponsible dog owner? No, but I hope it wasn't. I'm guessing he didn't have a big dog, or you wouldn't have shouted at him because if he was that irresponsible, he'd probably have sicked the thing on you. Oh, they already took it down. All right, there you go. See, I had a feeling. Am I the asshole for how I reacted to my wife's complaints about my work hours? She wants to see you. That's the big thing, I'm assuming. But at the same time, you got to pay the rent. So you got to figure something out. My wife and I have a 1-year-old. She's a stay at home parent while I've worked full time for the entirety of us having a kid. For several years, I worked a job with long hours and a far commute to the point where I would not get home until 7:30 or 8 p.m. So, yeah, that's no life. That's no life, man. Often just before a kid goes to bed. Yeah, you missing all the times with your kid is great time. But I mean, God, those early years are just so spectacular. You don't want to miss those. My wife would constantly, you don't get them back that time. My wife would constantly complain about how much I'm working, how much time she spends parenting. So then maybe she gets a job. Why don't you tell her, hey, why don't you look for work? And then when you get your job and it pays enough to pay the rent, everything, I'll be the stay at home dad. I'll tell you this right now. Of the two, I would rather be the stay at home dad than the go out to work dad. I just would. So you recently changed jobs to be closer to home, largely because I wanted to spend more time at home to support my wife. Good for you in parenting. Good for you. And not miss key moments. Yes, that's the thing. That's the secret. You go through this journey once, man, and you don't want to miss the moments. The moments are what life is all about. Don't miss the moments because you're at fucking work. Find a job where if you can, that gets you close to home, that gets you close to your kid, that lets you be a part of the moments, because the moments is what it's all about. When you're about ready to die, when you're about ready to pass on into the next world, that's the shit you're going to remember with just happiness and gratitude, or just kick yourself and really be upset because you squandered it and you never appreciated it when you had it. On my first day in the new job, she texted me a rant in the morning how I shouldn't go to work too early, how I need to set boundaries, and complain about how I left the house early despite being over an hour and a half later than I used to. I replied that I'd appreciate not starting the day with that type of energy. She later suggested we go out to dinner to celebrate my first day. Okay, I mean, it's not a terrible idea. An idea I thought was nice. Okay, but I bet you there's a catch. I got home over an hour and a half earlier than I normally do, but I got chewed out for working late. Oh my God. And failing to see her directives about setting boundaries. My point, this is going to be a great dinner. My point was that while I was not nearly as hands-on as her in the parenting, working to support the families, yeah, it is an important contribution. Or you're all out on the street. And she should be happy I spent an extra 3 hours home. I don't know. I think she's being very unreasonable. I don't think you're the asshole at all. What are you supposed to do? Get fired? Then you can be home all the time, and nobody, you won't have any food. and you're going to get kicked out. It's just she's not dealing rationally. She sounds like she needs, and I know you may not want to do this, but she needs like a weekend off. If you can swing it, take the kid for a weekend, get her a spa day, get her just a day where she's not with the kid at all. Just do that. See how that goes. That's my advice to you. If that doesn't work, I don't know. You got a lot of work then. You called off dinner as we were on our way at the door in the middle of the argument. She said, I didn't have the energy or patience to deal with this tonight. Okay. Was I too harsh on her? No, no. Do you owe an apology? Yeah, you probably should. Does she owe me one? Probably does, but I don't think you'll get it. I don't think you're the asshole, but I would definitely get her a day where she is just not with the kid at all, where she is just alone. Get her a spa day. Spend the money, man. Get her a spa day, massage, baths, whatever, rub oils and I don't know, incense and comfy pillows. I don't know. Water with some cucumber in it. Yeah, just something. Have a family member come in and watch the kid for a weekend, take her someplace, get her away from the kid, let her fucking just decompress a little, because that's what she sounds like she needs more than anything. And then at the end of the decompression, talk with her then and be like, listen, this is the situation I'm in, because she'll be more receptive, she'll be calmer, she'll have had a really nice weekend, and she'll be like, this is what I'm doing, this is why I do it this way, and if you have suggestions, realistic ones as to how I can do it without getting fired, I'm all ears. But I mean, you need her in that frame of mind and not the frame of mind she's currently in, because she's not in a rational thought frame of mind now. Let her, kind of bliss herself out a little bit and then hit her up. Then talk to her. Hey, Despoetic, good to see you. Here you go. Yep. All right, listen, everybody. I'm cutting out. My voice is cutting out a little bit tonight, but I had a great time as always. You guys rock. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Friendly Cynic, God bless you. That's Poetic. I know you just came in, but I'm coming out. I've got I'll be doing the show tomorrow, but I'm excited. My son's doing a show tomorrow. I get to see that. That's really cool. But I have to drop him off early. He's doing this drama camp, and it's fun. He has a great time, and but I have to get up early to get him there. So, but it's part of being a dad, and I'm grateful that I get to drive him. So I complain like, I gotta get up early, but it's my dream, man. It's my dream. I get to. I've been so blessed in that I've been able to spend so much time with him in my life, and I don't regret a moment of it. Anyway, all right, love you all. Des Poetic, Friendly Cynic, thank you. Pure Blood, God bless you. Love you all. Love your kids. Ever Eden, God bless you. Spend the time with them, man. You only go down this road once. Relax McGroin, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in as well, and everybody else who's in the chat. Love you all. Have a great weekend. God bless you. Well, have a great weekend. Like it's a Friday. It's a fucking Monday. That's Poetic. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's Poetic. All right. Yeah. I'm so tired right now. I thought it was Friday. So how about that? It's Monday. All right. I love you all. Have a great weekend. God bless. I will see you all tomorrow, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Remember, if you got a problem, I've got a solution. I am Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. God bless you. Love each other. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.